Hey guys, and welcome. My name is NG Paradox, and we're here for a new series in the Crusader Kings 2 Game of Thrones mod. A mod that we love in a world that we love. And before I begin, I must state, of course, that there will be spoilers in this series. So if you've not watched the TV show or read the books, please, number one, go do that right now. You'll enjoy it. They're great. And number two, maybe you would not like to watch this video. And this also concerns people maybe who have only watched the TV show. We're going to be playing as a character who's only in the books. So that means if you've only watched a TV show and you do plan to read the books in the future, and you don't want to be spoiled for that, maybe that's something for you to keep in mind. Maybe this is a series for you to miss out. Just want to make sure people have all the information so they can make their own decision. But yes, let's move on. Now we're going to be playing in Robert's Rebellion. And many of you have probably already guessed who we're playing as for this series. And actually, it will be in the title of the series, so, you already know completely. But I gave my Patreon supporters, I gave them 5 choices. 5 very popular people who people always ask me to play as. And this man came out on top, beating some very, very popular people. We're going to be playing as the man, the myth, the legend, Lord Jon Connington of Griffin's Roost. Now, for some of you maybe, that is not a recognizable name. If you've only watched the TV show, this man has never been mentioned at all. From what I can remember, I don't even think his house has been mentioned on the TV show. Now, come to think about it, I could be wrong there. Please tell me if I am, but I don't think it's ever been mentioned at all in the TV show. But this is a character that has a very interesting background, very interesting motives. It's just quite a good character. I could see why he won the vote. We will go over his background and stuff in a second, so you guys maybe who don't know him can get an idea of the scene and immerse yourself into the story that hopefully we can try to tell. But if you're new to my channel, you might not know that I like to immerse myself in my games that I play. I hope you guys can immerse yourself into the world and story we're trying to tell as well. So when I play Crusader Kings 2, I like to try to roleplay as our character. So by using the traits here, when it comes to events that pop up or how we gain power, obviously we're still playing a game, so I still want to win and gain power, but how we do that will be changed based upon the traits. So for example, an honorable man is probably not going to go and assassinate people to take land. And maybe a wrath man is more likely to punish people who betray him or anger him more than someone else. So it's something to keep in mind as we play. So let's look at what we've got with Jon Connington. He's 19 years old. He's a very young man during Robert's Rebellion. He's got good diplomacy and great martial. He's authoritative, just, ambitious, proud, wrath, diligent, brave, honest, and kind. So he has quite a lot of different traits there. A lot of his personality there. I'd love to know from you guys in the comment section, do you think that those traits there, do you think that represents Jon Connington very well? Or do you think some of those should not be there? Or do you think there are some traits maybe that are missing of his character? I would say there's probably an argument for most of these different traits, but then again, it's very difficult. We only met Jon Connington in the last book, and not many characters really talk about him, so it's hard to get a complete picture, especially because there's a lot of information missing about him in some ways. He keeps his cards close to his chest a lot of the time. We are also a knight, we're a trained fighter, we're homosexual, and we're a dutiful commander. So a lot of things to deal with there. Obviously, I'm going to try to use the traits to help me make decisions. If you guys think I make a mistake, obviously remember it's a combination. So even though he's wrath, he's also kind. So it's going to have to try and balance that out in some way. But if you think I make a mistake at any point, please tell me in the comment section. The only way you can learn and try and make sure you don't do it next time is by, someone telling you sometimes. It's the only way you can learn sometimes. But yeah, let's set the scene though. Obviously, we're in Robert's Rebellion, so there will be a massive war about to break out. But Jon Connington is in a difficult position. And his difficult position has basically been placed on him because of one relationship. There's one relationship in Jon Connington's life that basically shapes his entire life, his present and his future, and is kind of sad in some ways. His relationship with the man known as Rhaegar Targaryen. Rhaegar Targaryen and Jon Connington were good friends. Jon Connington admired him, he respected him, and it seems as though he even loved Rhaegar Targaryen, though it doesn't seem as though Rhaegar reciprocated those feelings, of course. He seemed to have eyes more on a wild girl. That was more his type, shall we say. But yes. So his relationship with Rhaegar put him in a difficult position. As you can see, he's obviously a vassal of Robert Baratheon. But being good friends to Rhaegar Targaryen, what side does he take? And so he must take the side of the Targaryens against Robert Baratheon. And as we know, that did not end so well. That does not end so well at all. And the outcome of the war and the deaths that follow with Rhaegar and his family, all those events weigh heavily upon Jon Connington's shoulders. He carries a massive guilt after the events of the war, basically. There was one point in the war, I think if I remember correctly, like I say, it's been a long time since I read the last book, but I think there was one part where Jon Connington had an opportunity to possibly capture Robert Baratheon, but Robert got away. If Jon Connington had been able to capture him then and there, Robert would never have killed Rhaegar in battle. And then maybe Rhaegar's family, almost all of them maybe, would never have been killed in such horrible ways, such as, his wife and kids. You could see why Jon Connington obviously did not have a very happy future ahead of him after the war, and when we meet him in the books, he's basically just trying to make up for those past actions and events from the war 20 years ago. Well, I guess about 16 years ago or something, but yeah. So it's a very interesting character. That one relationship has basically shaped his entire life. And in the books, it gets more interesting because he also gets grayscale. Now, on the TV show, of course, they replaced that with Mormont because they didn't have Jon Connington at the time. Personally, for me, I felt it was a bit silly. It didn't really fit into Mormont's storyline for me. They kind of just went, oh, in this scene, someone gets grayscale. We don't have the character that gets it. Just give it to Mormont. Then we'll cure him later. So it basically is pointless. It felt kind of pointless to me. It felt unnecessary. For Jon Connington in the books, it doesn't look like he's going to go get it healed. It looks as though he's just going to try and let it go and try and make up for his past mistakes and those past things that happened in the time that he has left. So it's a very tragic character in a way. If that is what happens, he's going to basically have a time limit to be able to make up to Rhaegar what happened and basically do right by his best friend and the man he loved. Could be a very sad story, but yeah. Let's shape the scene then for what's happening. We need to make everyone special characters so we can follow what happens. We want to see who lives, who dies. Robert's Rebellion is always a crazy scenario, just like the other ones where we know many characters. Anything could happen. Obviously, the Mad King has gone completely crazy. He's executed Eddard Stark's father and brother in a most horrific way. And then he's demanded that Jon Arryn bring him the heads of Eddard Stark and Robert Baratheon. Jon Arryn obviously cannot accept this, and so then he raises his army in rebellion with Robert Baratheon and Eddard Stark. The Tullys join their houses in marriage with the Arryns and the Starks and rise with them, and then we have the rebellion begin. Obviously, the lovable Tywin Lannister is going to stay in his castle, safe and sound, because, he just wants to see what happens during the war, maybe. Maybe he's just a little bit sick. Maybe he just to stay there for a bit, get a bit better, then he'll come and join. That's probably what's going on. Of course, Tywin's not that type of man just to sit back and choose the winning side. Never. That's not what's going on right now. But yeah, the Greyjoys are going to sit in that island, possibly for now. And the Tyrells are going to back the Targaryens. Probably because the Targaryens did give the Tyrells the paramountcy of the Reach. They do owe them from those many, many years ago. The Martells are also supporting the Mad King because they are married to Rhaegar Targaryen. And us, Jon Connington, we are going to support the Targaryens, not maybe for any love towards the Mad King, but because of our friendship with Rhaegar Targaryen. So there we go. Even though we're the vassal of Robert, we're going to have to betray him. So to Robert Baratheon's eyes, we're a traitor. But then again, we're also a loyalist. Feudal societies are always very confusing. We're not the only person in the Stormland, though, who are supporting the Targaryens. The Fell family is also doing this, as well as the Grandison family, and lastly, the Catherine family. So hopefully us lot together can get out of this sticky situation. It's going to be difficult to get out of this, so let's go over what we need to do. Marry. We're not going to get Jon Connington married. I don't think that's something he's really thinking about right now. I don't think he really cares about it. Maybe after the war, if we feel it's a necessity for him to get married for the good of the dynasty, he might get married. But his heir is his cousin, Ronald Connington. And really, Ronald Connington has 3 children. He has Ronnet the Red, Raymond Connington, and Aline Connington. So really, the line is secure. Jon Connington doesn't have to get married if he doesn't want to. And our goal for this series is specifically to defend the Targaryens and be loyal bannermen as much as we can. So if the Targaryens lose the Iron Throne at any point, Jon Connington will try and put them back upon it. He'll do whatever he can for the Targaryens, unless, of course, something changes. You know, if the Targaryens treat us badly, then obviously that could change possibly. But for now, that is his goal. He has a secondary goal of getting as close as possible to Rhaegar Targaryen. So maybe in the future, we'll try to seduce Rhaegar Targaryen. It probably will not work, but then again, you never know. I've seen much weirder things happen in this mod. Maybe he can become a bisexual. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe it was hidden down within him all this time. Jon just has to get it out of him. But yeah, we need an ambition. I think Jon would choose Exalted Among Men. Then we need a focus. Obviously the seduction focus, but that will come later. After the war, we can think about sexy, sexy Rhaegar. But for now, we're going to go with war. War's what we got to deal with. We want to help out as much as possible. We have to go for war. 2 children need a focus. Ronnet the Red. Now, I do know that certain focuses are technically better than other focuses, but I'm going to choose the one that I think my character might choose based upon himself and, of course, the child themselves. So, for example, Ronnet is good at intrigue, stewardship, and martial. So, maybe he'd go with pride, because, you know, the intrigue, he could use that to help the family out. Fighting as well, possibly. Hearty, brooding. Maybe we'll go with pride for now. Yeah, he's going to go pick pride for him, I think. That's what he thinks he should have. Then we got Raymond Connington. Now, Raymond is not good at fighting, but he's very good at diplomacy and intrigue. So maybe we'll go with some etiquette. He can learn how to deal with the courts and whatnot. That type of thing. Very good. And we need to deal with our council. Now, this is not a great council. I've seen much better councils in the past. We'll get this guy to improve defenses. We'll get this guy to improve relations with the Mad King. We want to try and get as close as we can to the Targaryens. My cousin, I would like you to fight alongside me. So I'll ask you to do that. Treasurer, Spy Master, keep doing that. Serve the court. Maester Willis. Okay, he's got good learning. And the Septon, just do that. You're not very good. As you guys know as well in my series, I like to immerse myself into the court. So we will be getting these 2 married. They have no land. And they're not married. They need to get married to continue to serve our family for many generations. Congratulations, Narbert. 1 marriage for you. And we need another girl for Stefan. Let's get ourselves a debutante. Okay, she's good at stewardship. There we go. Perfect. Congratulations. Have a wedding. You get a wedding. You get a wedding. Everyone gets a wedding. And there we go. Perfect. So we've now got our council done. Our court's all done. We need to come up with a plan. We need to get out of here as quickly as possible, or we're going to have Robert Baratheon right on top of me. Okay, my cousin's there. I'm here. No, that's not me. Where am I? Jon should be leading this army. We need to get out of here and get to Rhaegar as soon as possible. So let's move our men this way. We're going to try and go through the Allied lands. Hopefully he doesn't come after me. He's right there at this moment in time. Let's see how things go. Now he's coming right for me. The 2nd of October. That's not looking good. Yeah, he's going to come get me. Okay, I'm going to have to then retreat. We're not going to escape. So Jon Connington decides to disband his men, get them back into the castle, and says, we're going to hold up in here until Robert has gone past. We can't fight him here right now. We don't have the soldiers. So Robert is going past. Got to wait for a safe opportunity to jump up. Hopefully we can take out and help as much as possible. We've only got a small army. I'm not going to be able to help out much during this war, but hopefully we can help out in any little way. He's got 5,000 men just there. I can't raise up with them just there. And we've got men on top of us as well. The Tyrells are bringing men to here. Where are they going? Okay, they're going to Grand View. The Tyrell men look like they're about to win that battle. No, it looks like the Baratheon men won that. That's a shame. He's going to... Nope, they were about to attack him there for some reason. 7,000 going down here. We've got 1,000 men here. 1,000 are about to come up as well. So let's just leave it for a second. But they're sieging me. If these guys try and siege me, I'm going to be a little bit upset. We've got allies coming down here to help out. These 2,000 men are about to leave. Nope, they're leaving and going. They don't know what to do. Oh, that's not going to be good. The Tyrells are fighting in the mountains. There's 20,000 men about to come to my land. And the king is... What the... The Mad King has already been killed. Someone obviously thinks the Mad King is just too unstable. Was it Rhaegar? I mean, I wouldn't put it past him. He knows his father is unstable. Maybe he felt the best thing to do was just to get rid of him and take the crown for himself. But to kill him? Who could have done such a thing? Long live the king, I guess. But now Rhaegar's king. Who is going to stand against him? Obviously, they still think that he's kidnapped Lyanna, so I guess we have that to deal with. So the war's not over. Get our men. We'll attach to the army of King Rhaegar. Rhaegar, I am here. Let me help you. I am here to help. I am helping. Let's go. So there we've got lots of men now in the Stormlands. Robert's kind of trapped. He needs the Riverlands and the Vale to get down here as quick as possible, or he could be in trouble. Looks as though Rhaegar's armies are going north. He probably wants to go meet the Riverlands and the Vale. History is a subject that has always fascinated you, and you spent the last few weeks studying the campaigns of Storm King Aegon III Durrandon. There are many lessons to be learned from his conquest of the Riverlands, where he crushed the Teague Kings in the Battle of Six Kings, enabling him to plant the banner of the Durrandons on the shores of the Sunset Sea. I should devote more time. Yes, more time to study. There's Robert there. My good friend Rhaegar, you're now king. What a great moment this is for the realm. You'll make a perfect king, Rhaegar. It was meant to be. Just crush them. So this guy wants to take lands from Mace Tyrell. But Mace Tyrell is supporting the Targaryens, so no, I'm not going to help you, Florent. Where are we? Okay, we're down here. Helping run around. Robert is just killing people wherever he can find them. Okay, we're going to go jump in to fight Robert. This could be a big battle. I don't really want to face Robert Baratheon on the battlefield. He'll probably crush me. But here we go. We're facing him down on the battlefield. Robert Baratheon there. There's my cousin. There's Rhaegar. There's Richard Hawke there. A lot of great fighters during this time period. But here we go. Looks like we're going to win the battle. There we go. No one seems to have died so far, apart from the Mad King. How you doing, Robert? Robert's okay. Stannis is still alive as well. Jast just arrived at my court. And so did his wife, known as the Unfaithful. Well, good for her. Good for her. With 10,000 men there, the Tyrells are going to destroy them. 26,000 men over here, though. We're going to jump into there, but we're a bit too late to really help. We should really go to Taft to take out the main portion of the army. We're minus 1%, so anything can happen right now, but I think we have the advantage. With Rhaegar in charge, the people are flocking to him. The ones who ridicule Alfonso for his weakness are getting more and more scornful. Their escalating ridicule has made Alfonso unable to ignore it anymore. He begged me to help him. Well, I am a nice guy. Yeah. I will speak up for the child and stop the ridicule, yeah. I think you'd do that. He's now become shy. Poor Alfonso. I'm sorry, I just wanted the help. 13,000 men up here. Okay, how many men do we have now altogether? Because I can't see. I can only see my 1,900 men. The north has now come down as well. A young artist is working on the divine icon of the mother. I don't think Jon's particularly religious, but we don't really have much money either. We need it for the war. We cannot afford it right now. The war comes first. And the Queen Mother is dead. She died of depression, obviously losing her husband and a brother maybe. She can't take the politics, the scheming anymore, and her depression got to her. A sad day. Rhaegar is now the only adult Targaryen left, and we'll never see a Daenerys Targaryen. But we still have Viserys, there you go. Everyone loves Viserys. We might face down, though, Eddard Stark. I would like to face him in battle. I think we could beat Eddard Stark. Possibly, though he could beat me as well. But it's better than Robert Baratheon. About 33,000 men. There we go. Good job. I'm about to go chase them up here. Rhaegar on the front lines, fighting the battles, as he would be. What just happened? What just happened? Things were going so well. Rhaegar must have been captured in the battle. And so now, Robert Baratheon has forced him to give up. Oh no, Rhaegar! My precious Rhaegar, he's in jail. His kids are alive. His kids managed to escape. Aegon Targaryen and Rhaenys have managed to escape to... Where are they? Okay, they've all gone to Volantis. What about Viserys? Viserys was in hiding. He's also escaped as well. So basically only Rhaegar's been captured. Maybe some of the King's Guard got them out of here. But what will happen to me? What will happen to me now that Robert's won? No. Aegon was beheaded? What insanity is this? They killed the baby boy of Rhaegar. What insanity is this? What disgusting stuff is this? Rhaenys Targaryen was hanged. Elia Martell was also killed. I'm assuming this is just basically Gregor Clegane doing what he did. Jocelyn Bywater's come to my court. Pretty good guy, actually. He'd make a pretty good bodyguard. I will do just that. Here we go. Jocelyn Bywater make a pretty nice bodyguard. But what is this? You want to make me a commander? I decline. I would never work for a man such as you, Robert. You have Rhaegar. Let him free. Damn you. At least Viserys, I guess, is free. I'm hoping. I assume he's free still. Yeah, Viserys has escaped. Viserys will help you. Will help you. If I live, actually. If I live. Here we go. Lord Jon, His Grace has issued a decree declaring that all kinsmen of Rhaegar Targaryen shall henceforth be considered enemies of the realm. Any person offering assistance to said kinsman shall suffer the judgment of the crown. So we cannot help him, but what will be the judgment? I am obviously a man who supported the Targaryens. What will Robert do to me? We'll have to wait and see. Okay, let's see what happened here. Duran Martell has declared his banner in independence. Obviously did not like the judgment Robert gave him. So has Tristan Rhaegar. Okay, Jon Connington. The king has decided to be merciful. Despite your treasonous actions, you should be allowed to return to your lands unmolested and be pledged to uphold the king's peace henceforth. As you guarantee this pledge, a hostage from your family shall be taken. My cousin. Ronald! Did they take my cousin? Yes, he did. What about his children? His children are with me. Rhaegar Targaryen was beheaded. Rhaegar, I'm sorry. I failed you again. I failed you again. I will have to watch over this boy Viserys. I will get him back. The Targaryens are not lost. Jon Connington will never give up. For you, Rhaegar, I promise I wasn't strong enough to protect you during the battle. During the battle you were caught because I was not fast or strong enough to protect you. But we will not let that happen to Viserys. I need a new general. Perfect, we got Jocelyn Bywater in, basically to replace him. He's quite good at training children as well, so we'll get him to do that. But I wasn't put in jail. That's not too bad. That's not too bad at all, actually. Renly has been given the Stormlands, and of course Stannis has been given Dragonstone. Things have basically turned out like happened in real life. But what happened to Lyanna? Lyanna is still missing. No one's been able to find her. Eddard Stark has not been able to find her after all this time. I've now been put underneath the Swygerts, who are now in charge of the High Lordship of Shipbreakers Bay. Commander? I decline. I'm not getting involved at all. I'm just going to mop in my home. I'm going to mope around in Griffin's Roost. And my cousin had another baby. Okay. Lyanna Connington, okay. But let's find out what happened at the Tower of Joy. Wow, okay, so Eddard Stark found his sister, but in the end, he was slain by Arthur Dayne. Arthur Dayne decided to protect Lyanna Stark, killing him. He escaped back to the Danish lands of the Torrentine, where he's no longer a member of the King's Guard. Eddard's dead. What happened to his sister? So Benjen has now become the ruler of the North, and Lyanna Stark has escaped. With... Oh my god. Lyanna Stark has escaped. She escaped Westeros with a child who she says is the son of Rhaegar Targaryen. She's named him Aemon Targaryen. Thank you, the Seven. You've given me an opportunity here. I can still find forgiveness from Rhaegar by helping his son. That's what we'll do. Aemon, I will watch over you, hopefully. Make sure you get back. But that... I feel really bad for Benjen's probably thinking, what the hell is going on right now? What is this? And Aemon's actually his heir. Oh, poor Cat as well. So many disappointed people right now, but this could be interesting. We're now in a very interesting position to see how things go. I hope you guys will join us next time. Next time we'll see what we can do to help Aemon Targaryen or Viserys. We can't let the Targaryens die out. I let him down. I'll never do it again. I will not let his family down. Robert, you'll regret this. You'll regret all of this. I'll see you then.